everybody, it's your girl Bright Cat here, and welcome back to my channel. Now I'm feeling a little bit under the weather this weekend, so I really wasn't sure if I was gonna make a video this week or not, but I said, you know what, how much energy does it really take to sit down in a chair, turn on the microphone, and just speak to basically nobody except for myself for the next however long. So I said, screw it, I'm gonna make a video. This video is going to be a little bit different than the other ones I put out so far because this time it's gonna be a rant. That's right, I'm gonna be ranting about AI. Now you're probably thinking, oh God, another artist complaining about AI. We've seen like a million zillion videos about digital artists and artists in general crying about how AI is taking their jobs, and I'm like, you know what, yeah, you're damn right. I'm gonna add myself to the pile of artists who are gonna complain about AI, and not even just as an artist, but also as a denizen of the internet, as somebody who consumes content on the internet, and as somebody who just goes about daily life, okay? Because whether we like it or not, AI is everywhere, and I'm quite frankly, I'm sick of it. This is gonna be a completely unscripted video. I didn't feel like making a script. I didn't feel like putting two brain cells together because I'm pretty low energy right now, but I think I've got enough energy to complain and bitch and moan. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And if y'all don't want to listen, that's cool, but I'm gonna put it out there in the void anyway, and whoever wants to listen along can listen along. So yeah, I'm gonna just kind of get into the meat of it, is that I kind of really am getting sick and tired of AI. And it's like, well, yeah, no duh, you're complaining about it in this video, but I want to tell you that, you know, like at first I thought it was like, oh, it's gonna be cool, like AI is gonna be like this new revolutionary thing, and I guess in some ways it is, because it was branded as this thing that can be a tool to help artists, it can be a tool to help people, and it's really something that would, you know, move us forward. But here we are, like a few years into this whole AI craze, and I see nothing except slop, okay? I see nothing except these shittily generated AI videos with these god-awful AI voices, and these videos that don't make any sense. Like, people are just making memes. These bot accounts are just making continuous AI garbage, and quite frankly, I'm sick of it. I'm really fed up with it, and it's not like I didn't try it. Okay, I'll be the first person to tell you that I have used AI in the past. I've used it for image generation. I was even playing around with it for like ideation, you know, idea generating, because at my job we actually have access to Microsoft Copilot for free. And they have the little idea coach on there. I was like, okay, well, that's kind of interesting. Let me try that. So through my time experimenting using these AI tools, I used Midjourney. I used, what was the other one I used? I think I used ChatGPT a little bit. And like I said before, I used Microsoft Copilot. I used that for both like text and image generation before. And through my whole time using this, I'm sitting here looking at the stuff it's making. I'm like, it's not really making anything I hadn't already thought of. And it's not really making anything I feel that I can't do better. Like, every time I see one of these generated images, I'm just looking at it and all the weird AI artifacting, all those little gobbledygook bits, and so I'm just like, I would have to spend so much time like photoshopping this to make it look better, And I'm like, isn't the whole point of it to like reduce my workload? But if I'm going to be spending hours making this image, I might as well have just either photo bashed it or made the CGI or whatever digital imaging I was going to do anyway. Because at least then it has a level of thought put into it that generative AI just doesn't have the capability of doing right now. Okay? Maybe in the future, it will get to a point where we can all comfortably say, yeah, this is as good as a human could make it or better. It might get to that point, okay? It very much might get to that point. And before people jump on here, which I don't think anybody would jump on here, I don't think I have that many subscribers or commenters, but before anybody tries to jump down my throat and like, oh, you're just scared of it taking your job, I'm like, well, I don't have a job in the artistic field. I'm not employed by any company to make art for them. Until they come out with the iRobot Android things where they're all doing manufacturing and they have that level of fine motor skill to where they can do my job, then I'll worry about it. It's like nowadays there's even more and more and more AI generated content, and it's completely saturating like all forms of content on the internet. Like, just look at social media, look at YouTube, look at Facebook, Instagram, all those places. You can't scroll for more than like a minute and a half, maybe even less than a few seconds without running into another AI generated video. And it's just so uncanny to me. I think that's another reason why I have such a problem with it, is that it's just so uncanny right now, because there's a difference between a lack of skill when producing a piece of content that makes it look weird or bad versus it just having no kind of cohesion or like basis in reality. Exactly. It's like the way I described it, because me and my boyfriend were talking about it the other day, and the way I described it to him was like seeing a dream in real life, and all the weird, nonsensical images that you have when you dream, like it's complete and utter nonsense. And then you think about it when you wake up, you're like, what in the world did I just look at? Even if it's something that's really subtle, like if you have those really mundane dreams where you're like going to work or you're going to the mall or you're going here or there, nothing even fantastical or crazy is happening in the dream, but there's just things that are just off or that are just wrong. Like how when you look at someone's face, it doesn't actually even look like that person, but you know it's them. That's how I feel when I look at an AI video or an AI image. It's just, it deeply unsettles me in a weird way that is hard for me to actually articulate. And I don't like that. I don't like looking at these images. Like, I'm just like disgusted on a fundamental human level, I think. And that sounds really, really dramatic. And I think maybe that is very dramatic, but I kind of really don't care. That's how I feel on the matter. And it's like, oh, well, just don't look at that stuff. I'm like, I kind of can't get away from it. Like, I try to very carefully curate my algorithm, because everything is controlled by algorithm, which is probably another AI bullshit thing. I've tried to very carefully curate my algorithm so it does not show me that kind of stuff. But every so often, it will creep in, whether I would like it to or not. Like, it'll just randomly recommend me some YouTube video or some YouTube short that was either partially or completely generated by AI. It was not made by a person. And I'm not even, like, if somebody typed in a prompt, I kind of don't even really consider that being made by a person, because you type in a few sentences, but you didn't do the legwork of actually producing this content. And it shows, because it's just, there's just things that are wrong about it. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, people use generative AI for like memes or funny images or whatever. I kind of really don't have much of an issue with that exactly. Like, some of them are pretty entertaining, but at the same time, it's just like it's gotten so ubiquitous. There's a $5 word, ubiquitous. It's just everywhere. Where I'm just honestly sick of seeing it. I really am. And then they say that, channels will be created by, they're like these AI bot channels just to generate and upload content. And it's like kept afloat by other generative, I keep having a problem saying that word. Other AI channels and content would just like feed into it. It's like a big cycle. And it just keeps going. It's like a monster. It just keeps growing. It gets bigger and bigger. And even outside of videos and images, like articles too. They say a lot of articles on the internet now are not even written by people. They're just written by bots to get clicks and views. But now they're starting to get clicks and views by other bots. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, how? Like, somebody really needs to sit down and explain this to me. How do these companies make money by getting fake views? Like, these bot accounts, bot channels, bot authors, bot articles, right? Initially, they're just created so that this whatever company owns them, they can make a large amount of content for advertising for like very low cost, right? So they can make that profit margin. You get a lot of advertisers to pay for advertisements on your content or whatever. You get people to click on your channel or web page or whatever and buy stuff, right? But if the views are fake, nobody's buying anything. If nobody's buying anything, how are these companies even making money? So you see what I mean? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, even just thinking about it from like a corporation standpoint. Like, they could say, yeah, we can have these generative AIs or whatever tool assists, basically replace whole employees because they don't have to pay them, right? But it's like, if we get rid of everybody's job, also, if we get rid of everyone's job because they're all replaced with AI, then who's buying anything? I don't know about y'all, but you're not really buying very much if you're unemployed with no money. Like, yes, you can keep opening credit cards or get loans, but your debt is only going to get you so far before it all just starts crumbling around you. Then I guess the only people making money at that point are the lenders, making money off of your interest, or trying to come after you for whatever little wages you might still have. I don't know. I mean, that's a little bit of a tangent, but it's like you really have to sit here and wonder, what is the end goal? What is the end goal of these content farms? If it's to drive views and traffic to specific sites so people will shop, is inflating their numbers really helpful? Like, if it's not even real people looking at any of this, like, it's one of those things I think about also. And another thing is that really kind of gets under my skin, it really just gets on my nerves, is I can't trust anything I see or read on the internet anymore. Now, I've always gone on the internet with a very healthy amount of skepticism on a lot of things that I read and see, okay? Because for a while now, we had to worry about people like doctoring images, photoshopping images, editing things. It is very, very easy to just get some cheap and or free art software, doctor up a screenshot to make it say whatever you want to say, and then just post that on the internet for content. Like, that is very easy, and that has been since the dawn of screenshotting and digital imaging software. It's always been like that. But it's gotten so much worse. It's gotten so much worse. Like, anytime any kind of article comes out, I'm like, is this fake? Is this just another content bot posting whatever nonsense? Because these things will hallucinate too, apparently. Like, it will scrape all of this information in the language learning model, right? That it trains on. This data sets that they train on will have gobbledygook in it. Complete nonsense. And then it will use that gobbledygook to make factual, quote unquote, factual information. And people have gotten so lazy to the point where they will not even rub two brain cells together to think, hey, maybe what I'm looking at right now is fake at all. Especially older folk. Actually, I don't even know if I can say especially older folk. Anybody can just be as easily tricked into believing anything these days. Because everyone's too lazy to look up the truth. But I mean, how can you even look up the truth when all of our search engines are oversaturated with AI, bots, and sponsored links? It's like you can't even do research anymore. Like, I was trying to look up something about appliance repair the other day. And this is another tangent, not necessarily AI related, but this is internet related. I went on there to look up something about appliance repair, and I noticed the entire first page of Google was nothing but sponsored links. And it wasn't even to the website I was trying to get to. Like, I had to scroll all the way down to the very bottom of the page to even get to the business I was looking for. And I was just sitting there like, this never used to be like this. Cause y'all remember when Google was like the top king of the crop search engine? All you had to do was go on Google, and usually the first 5 or 10 links had what you wanted. Okay, the first 5 or 10 search results had what you wanted on there. Now I'm just, scrolling, I'm looking, I'm going to the next page. I'm like, none of this is what I'm looking for. I can't really tell you if Bing or Yahoo or whoever search engine is even any better these days. I can't even tell you that, because it's all turned to garbage. It's all shit. And that honestly pisses me off. Like, the further along we go on the internet here, the more I just want to unplug completely. Like, yeah, I'll joke around and be like, oh yeah, when virtual spaces are like 100% real, you could just jack in like in the Matrix. I always say, yeah, I'm just gonna plug into this virtual reality and just leave my boring physical realm body or whatever behind. No, that's not actually true, because this virtual world that we have right now is becoming like so drowned in garbage. Like, just complete garbage. Like, I just want to check out. I just want to like cancel my internet. Okay, I already canceled my cable. I'll cancel my internet too. I'm getting real close some of these days. I'm like just looking at everything. It's like, first of all I do is waste time. I go on YouTube, I waste time. I play on these games, I waste time. Is having this internet connection even really that beneficial to me anymore? Like, I don't even really travel very much, so GPS on my phone, I guess that's still important. Yes, being able to search for things is very useful to do. Like, I'll still go on there and look up how to do specific tasks. Like, if I've never changed, like I changed my brakes for the first time this past summer. Okay, and that was a very strenuous endeavor, but I learned how to do it from YouTube tutorials, and it worked perfectly fine. I don't have a very complicated car, but I'd never changed my brake pads before. And I learned how to do it. Me and my boyfriend went out there. We just did it. It was a whole long all-day project, because we did all four wheels, but we still did it. And yes, being able to look up that information is very useful. But like, outside of that, like, as far as like entertainment is concerned, it's like I barely watch any shows anymore. Like, being on YouTube is getting annoying. I've already checked out of most other social media. Like, I don't really go on Facebook anymore except when somebody sends me a link. And even then, I'm like, I bet it's some AR garbage. But they sending me some AI shit because that's all we got now. Like, what happened to the days when people actually made their own memes? You know what I mean? Like, even back in the days of those old-ass Rage comics, like, they looked like complete dog shit. Like, they really were just god-awful images people made. But you know what? Somebody sat down, they took the time to make it, and it was funny. Like, you know how the internet will just take the most random thing and make it hilarious. But at the end of the day, a real-life human being made those images, and it was funny. Like, just some real old-fashioned, homegrown memes. Like, I miss those days. Nowadays, it's just whatever generative AI crap, like brain rot, slop. Like, I can't even deal with it. And apparently on, like, kid spaces, it's even worse. Because people will just literally turn on YouTube onto whatever kid channel is on there and just let their kids watch unmonitored YouTube time. I'm like, no. Sit down, put some Sesame Street on or something that will actually nourish their brain instead of being like brain candy. We keep talking about, hey, don't give your kid too much sugar because they're going to go crazy. Well, the same thing is true for the kind of content they consume. Don't sit down and just put on Cocomelon. I know Cocomelon is not technically AI garbage, but I feel like it kind of strays into the same category sometimes. Which is how, whatever it is, I don't know. But don't let your kids watch AI brain rot videos, please. Whatever kid channel is on there that has bazillions and millions of views, don't let your kids watch that. Just come on, man. Like, we still have access to like good, wholesome, educational content for young kids. We still have that. But actually, we might not, because a lot of these companies are not renewing the licenses for a lot of our older channels or shows or whatever, and they just stop broadcasting it on TV because TV is dying anyway. So maybe we won't have Sesame Street anymore. Like, not unless you got the DVDs for it or the VHS tapes in your basement somewhere. Maybe that's what we got to do. We got to go dig up the old physical media that's still in our parents' basement somewhere and you know, dust it off, you know, like digging up the old King's Codex, the old tomes buried centuries ago. We have to dig them up, blow off the dust, and like Indiana Jones our way out of the basement and put that on. Like, it's getting crazy. It's too much. It's too much. Now, here's another thing, because I have a lot to say, okay? I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I've got a lot to say about this. This is a rant. I'm ranting, okay? Another one that I see a lot of on YouTube with this AI stuff is where they generate stories. You know how they used to, like, YouTubers would read aloud, like, Reddit stories or 4chan stories or whatever it was, right? But now it's like, okay, well, now we're just going to generate stories that are completely fake and terrible, and then just have an AI voice read these stories. And I'm just sitting here like, this is the most god-awful thing I have ever had to listen to. Because I can, to a degree, stomach the AI voice, okay? I can kind of stomach that. But the level of writing that these programs are producing, I feel like I'm listening to a 12-year-old's fan fiction. And this hypothetical 12-year-old feels like this is the most highbrow fiction ever put to pen on paper or keyboard to screen, whatever you want to call it. That's how I feel when I'm listening to these stories. And I'm like, this is the worst shit I've ever had to sit down and listen to. I've not had to sit down and listen to it, but okay. So Mom, I know you watch my videos, and I love you, Mother. I love you so much. I love you so much, and I'm so glad you're my mom. But those videos you listen to all the time makes me want to rip my hair out. I swear to God, they are so bad. And it's the same stories over and over, because remember I mentioned earlier in the video, these channels will just copy off of each other because they're not real. They're just bots feeding into themselves, really. And they'd like, try to capitalize on some current event or another, and they just make a bazillion of the same type of video. I guess they still get views. I don't know, but it's just horrible to listen to because it's so nonsensical. It literally sounds like a 12-year-old wrote it, because it's not like that they're being trained on Tolkien or something. You know what I mean? These are not like trained on Stephen King novels. They're just trained on whatever nonsense was it present in the data set it was trained on. Okay? Who knows what was in that? Does anybody know? Does it just scrape the internet? Because if it's scraping the internet, like if it's going on fanfiction.net or Archive of Our Own or whatever is out there these days, the quality of the writing can vary so much. Like, you're not gonna get just the cream of the crop here. Okay? You're gonna get whatever is available. And it's just gonna keep generating the same garbage. Like I said, it's just more crap. And I can't stand that anymore neither. Like, it's just awful. Like, and I feel like this is like one of those, the videos, those kind of story videos, the story time videos. I feel like that's the brain rot for old people. That's old people brain rot. Like those weird cartoon character generated ones, that's like the brain rot for kids. I feel like the fake stories, those are like that's the brain rot for old people. That's like the boomer brain rot. And it disgusts me. Like, I'm at the point where I'm about to go put on some General Hospital for my mom at this point. Some old ass, soap operas. At least that was made by a real person. Those were real people with real actors and actresses, produced on a real life set. Like, it was probably some of the shittiest writing you were gonna see on daytime TV. But at least, it was something. Granted, I say that now, but I bet if I watched those episodes, I'd probably be like, this is horrible. But at the very least, it's not being read aloud in those horrible, monotone AI voices that sound exactly the same across dozens and hundreds and thousands of videos. They all sound exactly alike. Okay? And that just drives me up a wall. That too. And then what's even worse was like when I get caught up in one of those stories, because the story actually sounds interesting for a minute. Then I'm like, shit, I got caught up in one of these AI stories. Excuse me, my nose is a little congested. I don't mean to be sniffling on the microphone. But then I have to hurry up and scroll away and save what little dignity I have left. But yeah, and I know I could keep going on and on and on. This is already, I'm not sure how long. I'm looking at 29 minutes, almost half an hour. I honestly still got more in the tank. So if you're ready to click off by now, go ahead, goodbye, because I'm going to keep going. Okay, I'm going to keep on going because I still have a few more bullet points. So nowadays, it seems like every corporation has an AI assistant of some kind. And not only that, they also have AI customer service. Have you noticed that? Like, nowadays there's more and more AI customer service or just bots just fielding your calls, it's getting harder and harder to get a hold of a real life actual person. Now, there are still some companies where you call customer service and an actual human will answer the phone. Like when I had an issue with my Discover card, because somehow my card number got stolen. And I got in touch with a human being very quickly. I was like, oh, this is nice. I'm almost not even used to this, because before it'd be like playing phone tag between the phone menus and the automatic responses and the now generated responses. Like Verizon, I have such a terrible time with Verizon nowadays. I have such a horrible time getting in touch with anybody on customer service, because it sends you through the same AI prompt loops over and over again. Eventually I just hang up. I think maybe that's the point, because they don't want to actually talk to you. Like eventually, if it's really bad, I can eventually get in touch with customer assistance, but that's after I have to like schedule a call back. But even then, I'm still getting the runaround with the AI prompts and the automated response prompts on the phone. And I'm spending so much time trying to get through that. I'm just like, please just patch me through to a real life person. I don't even care if they're gonna have this like, you know how they outsource a lot of our customer service to other countries now. I don't even care if that person has like the thickest accent ever. I'm just glad to be talking to another person, because then they'd be able to help me way better than whatever automated response I'm gonna get otherwise. And all this stuff all together, it just makes me so fed up. I am so fed up. I am so fed up with these companies shoving this AI crap down our throats. Like, we don't even have a choice. Like, we try to call for help. No, you're just gonna get some robot. You're gonna get some automated generated response. They don't want to actually talk to you. Like, we're trying to, it seems like society is just trying to erode human connection, either through our creative outputs, like our media, our art, our entertainment, to like even just trying to get help for a device or your service or whatever it is. It just completely erode human connection. I think that's one thing that's just like, it unsettles me the most. And this is coming from a person who has been an introvert her whole life. Like, I've always been an incredibly introverted person, but I am not pleased with all the fake bullshit. I'm not pleased with that. When I go and watch something or read something or call somebody, I want it to be either made by a real person or close to, or something like that. Like, I don't want to talk to a robot. I kind of really don't. I think that's normal. That's natural. I might be introverted, but that doesn't mean I want to completely disconnect from my fellow humans. Because yeah, you can be a doom and gloom naysayer, humanity's evil and this and that and the other. Well, I don't operate under that belief. I operate under the belief that everybody's out there doing their best, and I still want to have genuine human connections. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people want to completely disconnect, and I can understand their point of view too, because some people been through a lot, okay? Some people have been, pushed, punched, kicked, made to feel like they are less than by their fellow human. And I understand that sometimes people are abused to such a point where they do want to completely disconnect from reality and from other people. I understand that. I understand that. Those are very sad and disheartening situations. But it's like, when or if you are ready to come back, to society or reach out to somebody, anybody, like, do you want it to be another person or a robot? I don't want it to be a robot. It's like, yeah, that sounds cool. like science fiction. But as the way things stand right now in this day and age, I don't want it to be a robot. I don't want it to be AI. I don't want it to be fake. I want it to be a real person made by people, for people, okay? It's gonna sound really corny, but it's true. I want to be consuming genuine and authentic content. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm tired of AI. I'm tired of AI generated slop. I'm tired of AI brain rot. And I did use these AI tools before. I'm not saying it from a point of view of like I've never touched it before in my life and I'm never going to know. I have sat down with these programs and I've tried them myself. And every time I made something with these generative AI programs, I'm like, I either A, thought of that already, or B, I feel like I could do it better. Like, this is not going to replace me anytime soon. I'm always going to get more enjoyment from actually making these things myself. Making my own images myself. Okay? And one final point I want to make, because I've heard this argument used before, is that, it's faster and it makes it so everybody can draw. I'm like, anybody can draw anyway. You just don't want to sit down and learn. And just be honest with yourself. People be like, oh, I can't even draw a stick figure. I'm like, well, have you ever practiced? And they're going to be like, no, I never practiced how to draw. I'm like, well, then that's why you don't know how to draw. And if you have no interest in learning how to draw, that's fine. That's honestly, legitimately fine. Learning how to draw is not for everybody. But you can't turn around and get mad or upset that you can't do it when you never learned how. Like, we all gotta learn how to walk. We all gotta learn how to read. Well, hopefully y'all learned how to read, right? We all learn at school, whatever we get taught at school. Like, you're not born with this knowledge. Nobody's born with this knowledge. I didn't just come out of my mother's womb knowing how to draw. That's literally not possible. It's not possible. Okay? I put in the time and effort to learn. And if people have that interest in putting in the time and effort to learn and they practice, guess what? They can learn how to draw too. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it is simple. I'll put it that way. It is simple, especially with the amount of learning material is available these days. I truly feel like anybody, if they're interested in learning how to draw, can learn how to draw. You just have to be okay with starting out like shit. When you first learn, it's gonna be garbage. When you first learn how to do anything, you're not good at it. Unless it's something exceedingly easy. Like, I don't know. I guess technically we all had to learn how to breathe when we were born. That's it gets automatic pretty soon. So maybe the only thing that's really easy to learn is like breathing, but even then that's still kind of like a horrible experience for like a very newborn, They're like all crying and shit and they got fluid in their lungs from being born. Anyway, I'm getting really way off track. So in order to summarize my rant here, because this is a very long rant, maybe this was something entertaining to listen to while you draw or go about your day. I wanted just to say that I'm tired of AI. I'm tired of just the current wasteland that the internet has become. I really don't even want to engage with a lot of it anymore. Like, it's getting harder and harder to find content creators that I enjoy. It's like a desolate wasteland out here. Just nothing but bots and slop and doom and gloom and catastrophe this and outrage that, and I'm ready to check out, to be honest. Like, I'm already off of just about all social media, and I'm starting to get to the point where I should really strongly consider how I spend my time going forward, because being online is no longer what it used to be. And I think a part of me is still yearning for those past times. Like anybody who's a millennial and older, like through the golden age of the internet, you know, like back in the Neopets days and stuff like that was fun. That was so fun. But it's just not like that now. And I think that's probably what my real problem is. It's not even fun to be online anymore. And the AI slop and everything, that's just making it worse. It really is. But yeah, I pretty much talked to my mouth ran dry and my voice is starting to get tired. So I think I'm going to end the video here. And I know this was really a long one, but I kind of had a lot to get off my chest about this. Granted, like I said before, I know I'm not the only person to rant about this kind of thing, but, you know, I had a lot to say. But anywho, until the next video, I hope you all take care and that you have a good day or a good night. And I hope you all have a good rest of your week. And whatever y'all get into, I hope it goes well for you. But till next time, take care and I'll catch y'all later. Bye.